And we're back.
Yay, 39 steps.
I wonder if there's going to be an unexpected visitor.
There just might be.
It's an unlikely visit. I expected it, though. I like having a Greek chorus. This is fun. We should do this.
Is it Paddock?
Hey.
It's going to be weird if it's Paddock.
It's my manservant.
My mom. So that's
I wish I had a man.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Amanda can be your manservant.
What? You're gonna be my manservant, Amanda?
She'll be your Amanda servant.
What? That's hilarious.
They think that's funny. They are mistaken.
Look at those creepy fucking eyeballs.
Yeah.
They are pretty creepy.
He needs some sleep. He has lots of dark circles under his eyes.
It's
No,
true.
that's for the murdering.
Oh,
That's also true.
is this about murdering? You
I
didn't tell me.
I have no
It's about
idea.
39 steps. You now know as much as we do.
So far, this is about a guy that was in the war and has a manservant and didn't
3
like,
wars.
and he didn't like the show with the Alhambra.
Well,
And he was in the wrong ditch, and he might get an unlikely visitor.
A visitor who is statistically not likely to show up at his
You
house.
think it'll be that guy in the paper that was stubborn
Ooh, I sure hope it is.
and didn't the general or whatever he was?
No, he was a premier. He was the Greek premier.
Oh. An
Let's
unlikely
find out.
visit. This time, right now.
Monday, the 18th of May, 1914, Wimpole Street in London.
That's the gayest fucking street name. Not
You're
there's
the
anything
gayest
wrong.
fucking street
well,
name.
it's not named Sean Street, so...
Oh, you two are clever.
right?
Pretty fucking funny.
I am pretty and fucking funny.
The door opened, the light came on, the door shut. You're a wizard, Harry.
You're a lizard, Gary.
You're a hairy wizard.
You people think you're funny.
You're a gizzard, Larry.
Okay, open the door.
You're a merry pissant.
Oh god, now there's 2 of
Oh,
them.
no.
Can I speak to you? May I come in for a minute?
No.
I recognized him as the occupant of a flat on the top floor, with whom I had passed the time of day on the stairs.
I would never pass the time of day with anyone. Ever. It only leads to
He
socialization.
was slim, with short brown beard and small gimlety blue eyes.
Oh, well.
Eyes on him. Eyes like gimlets he's got.
I'm gonna tell my husband
His
he has
hand was
gimlet
pawing at my
blue
arm.
eyes.
I motioned him in, and clicked.
Why was he pawing at your arm?
I don't know. Now I have to draw things on
Oh,
the
now you
screen
gotta open the
again.
door.
This is so hard.
Alright, we grabbed the handle, we twisted it, we pushed the door open, and pushed it in.
No sooner was he over the threshold than he made a dash for my back room where I used to smoke and write my letters.
Oh god, it's about vampires.
The
What?
clock is ticking.
He had to invite him in. Then he crossed the threshold, and then he ate all his brie. Or maybe letters, I'm not sure if that's brie
It's
or
not
letters.
Brie.
It's one of the
Then
two.
he bolted back.
What a bolter! What did he take?
Is the door locked?
It's those eyes, those creepy eyes.
Horrifying
You're
eyes.
those creepy eyes.
Well, that's rude.
Probably
You're
dick
rude.
size.
What?
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 Look, there's blood on the table. You were right. They're vampires.
It's not blood.
That's not blood.
And that wasn't Brie, but I wasn't nitpicking at you.
He... he filled himself a stiff whiskey and soda and drank it off in 3
Yeah, I
gulps.
did.
Is that how you spell whiskey in Britain?
That's how you spell whiskey in America,
Go
too.
back. Go back
K-E-Y.
Yeah.
But there is no E
Go
between
back.
the K and the Y. See?
Whoa!
You are correct.
They had one job.
To tell a story and they're not doing it.
I sat down in an armchair and lit my pipe. I was pretty certain that I had to deal with a madman. I decided to smoke first.
Before and after.
That's what I do when people paw at my
I'm
arm.
very
Oh
sorry.
god.
It's a mighty liberty, but you look like the kind of man who would understand. I've had you in my mind all this week when things got troublesome.
What?
This man is from Texas.
Say, will you do me a good turn?
I'll
He
listen to
spits him
you.
around.
Sounds gay.
That's all I'll promise.
Pardon. I'm a bit rattled tonight.
He's a
So
snake.
now turn
You
his
see, I
knob.
happen at this moment to be dead.
Oh.
What does it feel like?
A smile flickered over his drawn face.
It looked like this.
I'm not mad. Yet. Say, sir, I've been watching you, and I reckon you're a cool customer. I reckon, too, you're an honest man and not afraid of playing a bold hand. I'm gonna confide in you. I need help worse than any man ever needed it. I want to know if I can count you in.
We are ghosts.
Sorry, does he have giant, huge fucking eye
Get on with your
sockets
yarn
of
and I'll tell
terror?
you.
Right.
Wait, am I the only one who saw that?
Now we're gonna sew something.
It's a film.
It's a moving picture.
The queerest rigmarole.
I'm not even touching it. We're not.
It's because you're not queer. Franklin P. Scudder was an
Wow.
American from Kentucky. Sorry, Kentucky. After college, being pretty well off, he started out to see the world.
We should take turns on these.
I did the American part. You're on Europe.
No, it goes Amanda Sean Susie. Choo choo! This is taken right out of fucking Indiana Jones. He wrote a bit and acted as a war correspondent for a Chicago paper.
I'm not reading all of that.
In the Near East, Balkan affairs test Europe. The Balkan region continues to...
He had played about with politics at first for interest, and then because he couldn't help himself.
Then he made his discovery.
There are bears in Russia, bears in Germany, bears in France. There's bears for everyone.
It was barely
We're
funny.
all bear.
Now that he's collected enough bear paws, he's gonna fight someone with them.
I have the right to bear those.
No, those are arms. These are paws. He's gonna fight you with his bare paws.
We know he had them because he was already pawing
Sneaky,
around.
sneaky.
Being all
Oh my
stupid.
gosh!
It's a
He's
ninja.
hiding behind the tree.
So is this supposed to be the dead guy?
I assume so.
It's a ninja.
He's away behind all the governments and the armies. There was a big subterranean movement going on.
Lots of digging.
Engineered by some very dangerous people.
They smoke pipes and cigars. And drink beer.
Peepays and chiggers.
Nobody smokes chiggers. The sort of educated anarchists that make revolutions.
They spin. There are all behind them were financiers who were playing for money. The deer head was looking at him.
Yeah.
Look, now it's looking at him.
Look how creepy his face is! I'm terrified.
Like he's doing the...
They wanted Russia and Germany at loggerheads.
You could tell that man was Jewish. This is racist.
You're racist.
He was rubbing his fingers over gold.
Everything would be in the melting pot. So America.
The anarchists looked to see a new world emerge.
So America.
While the capitalists would make fortunes by buying up wreckage.
And Scudder had himself convinced that Jewish men were behind it all,
I
like
told you.
America.
You're right, Jews.
Thank you for playing that
On the
short film.
15th day of June, Konstantin Karolides is coming to this city.
Oh, hey, it's the stubborn guy from the
The
paper.
British
Yep.
Foreign Office has taken to having international tea parties, and the biggest of them is due on that date. Now, Karolides is reckoned the principal guest, and if my friends have their way, he will never return to his admiring countrymen.
I sat up for that, for I had been reading about Karolides that very afternoon, and evening, and next day, and evening.
And now we know how to pronounce his name. We
Fair
were
enough.
calling him Karolides.
Well,
Take that.
click. Uneducated
Well, that's
swarm.
simple enough anyhow. You can warn him and keep him at home.
And play their game. If he does not come, they win, for he's the only man that can straighten out the tangle.
Try the mouth. That usually
And if
works.
his government are warned, he won't come, for he does not know how big the stakes will be on June the 15th.
I was beginning to get interested in the beggar.
I also was tired. I wanted my jerk.
What about the British government? They're not going to let their guests be murdered. Tip them the wink, and they'll take extra precautions.
Yeah,
No
they
good.
will.
They might stuff your city with plainclothes detectives and double the police. And Constantine would still be a doomed man.
Doomed.
He'll be murdered by an
Doomed.
Austrian. And there'll be plenty of evidence to show the connivance of the big folk in Vienna and Berlin. It will all be an infernal lie, of course, but the case will look black enough to the world.
Whoa, that's racist.
It was very racist.
But it's not going to come off if there's a certain man alive right here in London on the 15th day of June. And that man is going to be your servant,
What?
Franklin P. Scudder.
Wait, I thought it was Paddock.
I assume the P stands for paddock.
But I thought Paddock was his last name.
I was getting to like the little chap. His jaw had shut like a rat trap, and there was a fire of battle in his gimlety eyes. They're
Still gimlety eyes.
Well, they're blue, so...
That has nothing to do with anything.
Well, I said it does, so...
Oh.
Where did you find out this story?
I completed my evidence 10 days
Like
ago in
this game?
Paris. I can't tell you the
Huh?
details now, for
Oh.
it's something of a history. But when I was quite sure in my
Wait.
own mind, I judged it my business to disappear.
You can't tell us the
And
details
I reached
of your
this city
history.
by a mighty queer circuit.
Now, don't say
Mighty
that.
So
That's
yesterday I
rude.
thought I had muddied my trail some.
That
I
sounds
was
dirty.
feeling pretty happy. Then,
Well, it happens
Okay.
when you're queer.
The recollection seemed to upset him, and he gulped down some more whiskey spelled wrong. Whiskey.
I wonder if they that's how they spell it in Britain. I mean, that's, no, I don't
Well, we
think so.
did color some things earlier.
Oh, did we?
We did.
How do they spell theater?
We also have honor. It was on the screen earlier. It was the theater.
Oh, right.
then I saw a man standing in the street outside this block. I used to stay close in my room all day and only slip out after dark for an hour or two.
What did
I
you
watched
do
him for a
then?
bit from my window,
You watched
and I
him?
thought I recognized him. He came in and spoke to the porter. When I came back from my walk last night, I found a card in my letterbox.
Well,
It bore the name of the man I want least to meet on God's earth.
Christopher Reeves.
Eh, I think that the look in my companion's eyes, the sheer naked scare on his face, completed my conviction of his honesty.
Click.
What did you do next?
I realized I was bottled as sure as a pickled herring.
What?
Oh, pickled
And that there
herring.
was only one way out.
Bottled.
I had to die.
That's why they're ghosts. Ooh,
When my
spooky.
pursuers knew I was dead, they would go to sleep again.
How did you manage it?
How
How
Scudder
Scudder
died.
died.
This is a perfect time to end this episode.
We will find out how Scudder died when we come back.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yay!
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 Woo.